the city. Birmingham is very networked. There is a train. The train, like there's a train right in the middle. Like Birmingham is in the Midlands, but like West Midlands. So living in the Midlands means it's very easy to get across country. London, Manchester, you name it. And there's also like an airport here in Birmingham, so which is the Birmingham International Airport. There's about 4 train stations, but there's no underground train here in Birmingham, but there are about 4 or 5 train stations. Then there's also the tram. So if you don't want to take a train, there's the tram from Birmingham city centre to Wolverhampton. So if you're going to be taking the bus, and I would be very, very, very honest with you, there's nothing wrong with taking the bus. You'll be looking at £4.50, £4.60 before 9 a.m. If you're leaving home before 9 a.m, £4.60. If you're leaving home after 9 a.m, then you'll be paying £4 for a day saver. If your first trip is at 6 p.m. in the evening, then you'll be paying £3 per day saver. So for if you want to go for a short trip, you'll be looking to pay about £1.80. £1.80 for a short trip, maybe about, I think about 1 mile, 1.5 mile, 1.5 miles. Okay, so yeah, about that range. Then if you're going for a single trip, so that you know you're just going there and then you're not coming back from the place maybe that day or something, then you'll be looking to pay £2.80. Now if you want to pay for the month, I think it's a little bit more discounted, of course. So I can't really remember. I forgot to write that down, so I can't remember now. So there are also some places in Birmingham area that are called the Sandwell and Dudley low fare zone, because the bus company is called the West Midlands services. So all the areas in the West Midlands, cities in the West Midlands, Sutton Coldfield, Dudley, Wolverhampton, these buses go there. Okay, so they have their own buses too that doesn't really come out, like, how do I put it? So there's some buses that goes inwards in Birmingham, there's some buses that goes inwards in Wolverhampton, buses that goes inwards in Warsaw and all of that places. But they now have these buses that also go from Birmingham to Wolverhampton, for example, from West Bromwich to Wolverhampton, for example. So these areas are called the Sandwell and Dudley low fare zone. Outside of Birmingham, they are called the Sandwell and Dudley low fare zone. So if you're leaving Birmingham for, let's say for example, you're leaving Birmingham to West Bromwich, okay, once you get to West Bromwich, whatever area that you're going to in West Bromwich, you'll be paying £3. That's, I think you'd understand that. Now let's go to the internet. So on an average, I pay £28 in a month for the internet services, and I do not do TV. I just do broadband internet. That's all. I don't do TV. I don't do any other addition. So if you'd like to do TV and all of that, then you will have to, you know, increase your payment to be like £38, £40 a month. But honestly, there are about over 100 channels on the Freeview TV, and then there's internet, there's Netflix, and there's YouTube. I do not see the reason for doing TV, but as my kids grow older, yeah, I would want them to, you know, be up to date with what's going on in TV. But for now, I'm not paying for that. I'm not really, no need for explanation, right? But I'm not paying for that. Okay, so now let's go to the water bills. I was paying water bills every maybe 3 months. Yeah, the first water bill that came to me when I was living in my former apartment was after about 3 months of living there. So I think they bill you three. Now it depends on the water company as well. But I was using Seven Trent, and then they billed me about 3. They billed me about 3 months. Something is flying around my house. This is why I hate summer. Something is flying around my house and it's distracting me. Now the thing is, I think they billed about every 3 months, which is something very affordable. It was as cheap as £100, so that's about £30 per month. Water bills. For electricity, you have the option of pay as you go, that you use as you pay as you use, or you have the option of a smart meter where you would prepaid, where you pay per month and then you use all through the month, and by the next month you pay again. For my house, it was a pay as you go, so I had to pay and use. Just that the downside to pay as you use is that when your electric finishes, you have to go out and buy. But at the same time, you get to know what you use, you get to know how to use it. At least I was buying about £50 for like 2 weeks, because I've got kids, I'll cook, I'll turn the heater on. So yes, I was buying about £50 for 2 weeks. The final bill that you'll be paying for council tax. Council tax is paid every year. If you're a single person living alone, you get 25% discount. But if you are a couple living together, then you will have to pay the full amount, and it's usually divided into 10 months of the year. So you pay 10 months in 10 months installment. If you know you can't pay in 10 months installment, then you can pay in 12 months installment. So, but there are some exceptions for council tax if you're a student, and some other exceptions. There are some other exceptions, but if you're a student, then you'll be waived off. So to get food items, clothing, quite affordable. Yeah, I have another video that will be coming out. Like I said, I'm going to be sharing the places that you can go to get affordable stuff. So affordable clothes, affordable food, stores, all of that. I have a lot. I have places that you can get it in Birmingham. Is in another video. It was actually filmed before this one was requested, so I said let me film this one first, put this one out, then put that one as a part 2. So if you're looking to find where to get the cheapest stuff in Birmingham, and you should definitely look out for that video. And now I've come to the end of today's video. I hope you liked it, so don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I forgot to say that in the intro, but don't forget to subscribe. I will be doing more of it as I do my motherhood videos. I'll be doing more of it as well. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.